With SpaceX's new engines, Elon Musk and NASA have just stunned the whole space industry. SpaceX and Elon Musk have always amazed the world with their amazing innovations in the space industry. This time they have once again stunned everyone with the revelation of a brand new engine, which by far exceeds everyone's expectations, even by Elon Musk's standards. Today we'll be talking about SpaceX's new engines and how, under the guidance of Elon Musk, the company has not only made a huge leap in the space industry, but has left everyone in utter belief. What engine has SpaceX managed to invent that is so special? How does the engine work compared to the company's previous engines? Stick around to the end as we answer these questions and delve deep into the world of Elon Musk. Without further ado, let us begin. Before we start explaining the engine that SpaceX has developed, first, let us talk about the current situation. With regard to the current situation, first let us talk about all the old engines that seem small and irrelevant now to the brand new update. Let's start with the current situation. The Raptor 1, or Merlin's 1D engines, were utilized on all of SpaceX's rockets. Raptor rockets consume methane liquid oxygen fuel, making them one of the cleanest rockets on the market. SpaceX has pioneered self-landing rockets because of these high-power engines, precision throttle, and gimbal ability. Raptor 1 has been improvised throughout time, but it is now an outdated design. Its construction is intricate and tough to produce. It takes a long time between launches. It also weighs 185 tons. Therefore, it won't be able to meet Musk's requirements for a Mars-bound starship. The new engines are used in this scenario. Under the title Helix engine, NASA engineer David Burns has published a wild proposal to NASA's technical report system. On paper, it works by exploiting how mass may change at relative rates close to the speed of light in a vacuum. It has not yet been professionally reviewed. This essay has naturally created excitement, comparable to that seen in the early days of the EM drive. Yes, there's been speculation that the engine may defy physics. For some perspective, the EM drive was NASA's initial dive into the idea of really trying to create an engine capable of traveling faster than light. So what precisely is the EM drive? Roger Scheuer, a British chartered electrical engineer with 40 years' experience in the space and defense industries, first suggested the concept in 2001. EM drive is a radio frequency resonant cavity thruster concept with spacecraft thruster applications. Internally reflected microwaves are said to cause push, despite the law of conservation of momentum and other physical considerations. The gadget has been dubbed the impossible drive by the media. Theoretical explanations for how the EM drive works go much beyond what is known about physics. It could be interacting with space quantum energy multiplied by vacuum energy. Despite the fact that nothing can push off of it due to space quantum ties vacuum energy, perhaps our sense of forward motion has been destroyed. Perhaps the EM drive tests have revealed entirely new physics. There's no official design for this device, and neither of the people who claim to have invented it has committed to detailing how it works as a thruster or what components make it up, making it impossible to tell whether a given thing is an example of one. In 2016, NASA's Advanced Propulsion Physics Laboratory reported seeing a modest apparent thrust from one of these tests, a finding that has yet to be confirmed. The thrust recorded was later shown to be a measuring error produced by interactions with the Earth's magnetic field or heat gradients. Scientists from the Technical University of Dresden issued 3 papers in March 2021, stating that it was a complete coincidence. Outside factors were blamed for the thrust. So what do you think of the video until now? Satisfied? What is the helical engine capable of? Will they be able to handle the huge tons of weights it's intended to support? It does seem like so. But before we continue with the video, do remember to like and comment on the pictures. Most importantly, however, do not forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as hitting the bell icon. The helical engine, on the other hand, is intriguing. Despite the promises, it is unlikely to violate the laws of physics anytime soon. Burns feels his notion is worth pursuing, despite the fact that it has been regarded with suspicion from some places. As a thinking experiment, Burns displays a box with a weight inside, strung on a line with a spring at the other end, bouncing the weight back and forth. This would vibrate the entire box in a vacuum, yet the weight would appear to remain static. the box would generally continue to wiggle in the same spot. However, increasing the mass of the weights in only one direction would result in a stronger push in that direction, resulting in thrust. We don't believe this is totally viable. According to Einstein's theory of special relativity, objects gain mass as they are propelled toward the speed of light, and this must be accounted for in particle accelerators. In actuality, a simple implementation of Burns's notion would be to replace the ring with this circular particle accelerator, in which ions are decelerated to relativistic speed in one stroke and decelerated in the other. However, Burns believes that instead of using a box and rod, a particle accelerator should be used for both lateral and circular movement, in which case the accelerator should be structured like a helix. However, there is one relativity issue in particular. According to special relativity, things gain mass as they approach the speed of light. If the weight in the box with the loop is replaced with ions, the ions may move faster at one end of the loop and slower at the other. Burns' drive, on the other hand, is helical, like a stretched-out spring, and so is termed a helical engine. The engine accelerates ions trapped in a loop to relativistic speeds and then vary their velocity to change their mass slightly. The engine then produces thrust by moving ions back and forth along the direction of movement. Other than ions going in a vacuum line trapped between electric and magnetic fields, the engine has no moving parts. According to the scientist, the helical chamber would have to be quite large. It's 200 meters long and 12 meters wide. To produce 1 Newton of push, 165 megawatts of energy would be required. This is the force needed to accelerate a kilogram of mass by 1 second squared. This is similar to a power station helical components for propulsion-free vehicles, which aren't quite new. In the late 1970s, a US inventor named Robert Cook invented an engine that reportedly converted centrifugal energy into linear motion. Then in the early 2000s, British inventor Roger Scheuer proposed the EM drive, suggesting that trapped microwaves could be turned into thrust. Due to a breach of basic physical constraint, the conservation of momentum, neither concept has been demonstrated definitively, and both are commonly regarded to be impossible. This is most likely where you'll be told that your skepticism is well-founded. But don't be fooled. Given the rapid advancement of aeronautical technology, we shouldn't be surprised if a faster-than-light capable engine appears in the future, especially with a brilliant genius like Elon Musk in the lead. The sky is the limit in Elon Musk's company. He always does the best he could and expects the same from his workers and employees. This work ethic and such an innovative environment encourage new ideas, such as the one we mentioned in the video. At the end of the day, it is all about the engine, as the engine is something that will take you all the way to Mars, which is something that is one of your dreams, Elon Musk. And at the rate at which Elon Musk and his team are going, they are soon going to achieve the goals and aims of the eccentric billionaire. We hope this engine will expedite Musk's mission to land on Mars and make his long-lost dream a reality. So do you guys think NASA and SpaceX can translate this idea into a practical working engine? Or will it just remain a scientist fantasy? We value your opinion, so do let us know in the comments below. And if you want to watch more of our amazing videos, then stay tuned.